Hi, my name's Diane. You're currently watching the Just Kidding Around show. Thanks so much for joining us. Each week we invite artisans in the community to join us and give creative activities for our home viewers. This week we are re-welcoming Lynn Ruth, who is the Treehouse Lady. Hi, Lynn.
Hello, how you doing?
Yeah, she's done several shows with us, so she's back by popular demand. And before we get started, we traditionally say hello to somebody in our viewership. So I'd like to say hello to Mr. Feeney. Hi, Mr. Feeney. Would you like to say hello to somebody?
Sure, say hello to my mother and also to my friends Pat and Debbie.
Okay, sounds great. So Lynn, what did you bring with you this time?
Well, actually, over the course of my work with art, I found that there was a time when I actually had to stop painting. I had to stop painting because I was trying too hard and it became frustrating to me. So I discovered the joy of color and the expression of art therapy in a different way. And so what I discovered was that painting on tiles was a way to work out things in my mind and also to present something beautiful, so that I told you that we have to have evidence of something beautiful inside of ourselves so that we know that there's beauty in there. Mm-hmm. So I actually stopped painting for about 4 months and I started painting on tiles, and I just really went wild with it, and I learned how to paint beautiful, beautiful abstracts, and the room's full of abstracts, and it's done on these tiles, on just a standard tile. And what becomes therapeutic about it is that the tile is cool, and it's earthen. I don't know how electricity works, but there's something about the earth that we ground. Like electricity grounds into the earth, like we need to ground ourselves into the earth, or to feel like we got our head on our shoulders and we're not up in the air. We have to ground. And so I actually learned how to paint on tiles, and I do a lot with my fingers. And this painting over here was one of my top paintings.
Oh, really?
That I did it on a small tile this size. Is this incredible?
That was done on a small tile?
On this size of a tile, yeah. And I took it to a printer, and they have this technology now where you can take this size and stretch it to fit that size paper. Is that wild?
But proportionally, how would that work? Did it?
It did. They know how to stretch
Wow.
it. They have the technology to do
And it
that.
doesn't look stretched compared to the original.
No, it doesn't. It just looks, it captures all of the little nuances that you couldn't really see.
Wow, it's beautiful.
And so I did that mostly with my finger, believe it or not. Mm-hmm. And it was just kind of like splashing in the paint, kind of like playing like a little kid would play in the mud. Mm-hmm. And it just like, whoo,
maybe
whoo,
that's why kids want to play in the mud, to help ground themselves.
Yeah, they need to touch the earth. They need to feel grounded. Yeah. So art therapy is something about helping your mind get unconfused, and so you put paint down and there are lots of colors.
Do they use it?
But they don't. I use the tile, but I realized that helped me.
Interesting.
And it helps my students. This little girl has terrible diabetes. Terrible diabetes. She's 9 years old. Look at this fantastic tile.
Wow.
Isn't that just beautiful? And do you see the dimension in this?
Hold it still for a while. Maybe the cameras can get it. Okay. And the dimension how now?
Do you see the light in the background and see how you move into it? It has a dimension that's really unusual for a little girl, 9 years old. Isn't that just beautiful?
But isn't all art therapeutic?
It is all therapeutic, but there's something about
grounding.
There's something about this is earth. This is earthen, like an earthen. What do you call that? A pot is earthen. This is earthen, and I don't know what it is. I don't know the technical anything. All I know is that it helps you.
It's interesting. Young children are so tactile. They touch everything and chew on everything and put it in their mouth, and and as we get older, we're not allowed to do that. We forget to do it, or we're not allowed.
We forgot. Yeah. We forgot.
We don't suck our thumb anymore.
I know.
Sleep with our blankie.
It's crazy.
So, but this helps to.
This is Do you feel how cool it is and
Yeah,
smooth it is?
I just like the feel of it. In fact, it's funny you say that, actually, because this is really off the subject, but this last week, my girlfriend makes these lanyards similar to your necklace, and they have natural stones on them. And I've been wearing these natural stones around my neck. I don't have them on now, and I cannot keep my hands off them.
Right.
Lapis is one of them, and I just keep touching it all the time.
Right.
So
right.
maybe that's
well,
why,
feel
because
how
I'm trying to
cold that
ground
is.
myself.
It's very cold.
Yes, and so is my lapis.
There's some kind of, our bodies are made up of the planet, you know. We take vitamins, zinc and iron, and that's all part of the planet.
It's amazing.
So we need to be part of the planet.
Yeah.
And, you know, and right now our planet is upset with all this crazy weather and all this weird stuff. And we need to settle ourselves down and realize this green thing is for us to be more earthen or pay attention to our planet. Pay attention to our planet, because we're not.
Yeah.
And we're going to suffer terrible consequences because the planet can't go out of balance.
Yeah.
And we cannot go out of balance.
Yeah.
If we're out of balance, we tip over, right?
Yeah.
So let's do a painting.
This helps balance us.
This helps
Okay,
balance.
I'm
I'd like
ready.
the cameraman to look around the room and see the beautiful things that there
And
are.
were these all made on tiles?
Yeah, most of them, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
This one over here was made on a tile. Isn't that pretty? Actually, it's
So all these things behind us were made on these tiles.
except for this painting right here.
enlarged
This I brought a couple seascapes. I'm partial to seascapes, but that's a seascape I just finished, and this was done on a tile.
What about the one that Jim has up right now? What's that
That's
one?
a seascape that I made.
Was that made on a tile originally?
No, that one was
Okay.
that. There's only about two or three that aren't. Two, I think, that were not.
Okay.
And this one right here was made on a
Colors are
tile.
so cool
Isn't that
and
pretty?
relaxing.
Yeah, I went to Kauai with my
Oh,
mom.
what's that one?
That
in the
was done
middle?
on a tile.
That was done on a tile, the one in the middle?
Doesn't it look like an angel?
Amazing.
Doesn't it look like an angel? Look at the little angel I put below it. Isn't that pretty?
But you didn't make that angel.
Oh no, I just bought that. Isn't that
Yeah.
a beautiful piece?
Okay.
So, and then down here are a couple of seascapes, and I think this is real interesting. If the camera will show you, Diane, they're gorgeous.
One of the...
And what I did, see that right there?
Oh,
the top
yes.
one is real turbulent, and it shows that things are just churned up and
dark.
it's kind of angry. But the birds are feeding off the fish that jump out of the water.
Huh.
Down below, the lower one,
Looks happier.
I changed it on a copy machine and lightened it, and I turned it into a mountaintop experience. So the birds are flying and they're free and they're on top of the mountain. So it's like black and white.
Interesting. It's the same painting.
It's the same
but
painting.
Doesn't that little bit make a big difference in the way I feel about the painting?
Absolutely.
The top one, I feel kind of depressed and sad.
I had a hard time with the top one. I thought that's very depressing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But I want to get you going on this because
Okay.
what you really want to do is, well, you really can do any.
Like your ring.
Thank you. Do it any way you want, but
Okay.
but I like to make a base, and
Okay.
so I enjoy this color base, but you can have any color base you want. But isn't this fun? Now
So on your base, you don't do just one color.
you can have it any color you want, but I like to do kind of a about the same color, about like that. Now you can take this and do it, or you can take any color and you just take and wipe it off a little bit and you'll be fine. Just roll on it a little bit.
Now,
So-
what kind of paint is this? Is
Now
this acrylic?
this is tempera paint.
Oh, that's
and
tempera paint?
It's
Really?
tempera, yeah.
In a tube? Okay.
No, this is acrylic right here. This is I bought this just recently. This is fluorescent, and I haven't really done anything with fluorescent, but I like the idea. What happens is the tile is white, so you can exchange. You can do this. Should I hold it up?
Okay, if you want, or they'll get it.
If you put a base down and then you take your finger and you can pull it into some kind of shape.
So that's how you did all these?
Some of them. I use some brush strokes on it, but see how, isn't this cool?
So we're not adding any more paint? We're done?
Oh yeah,
adding
no,
paint?
no,
okay.
you add
so
it.
can
Whatever.
I start pulling on mine
Ooh,
now?
that's beautiful. Yeah, you add anything any way you want.
Is it-
Usually, it should be partially dry, but we don't really have the time for that. So I like to play. I like to play with my fingers. See, watch. Look at this. Isn't this fun? Now, you think, oh, that's just absolutely stunning. Well, you know what? It's not that hard. It's a very easy thing.
So this is something I could do at home with young
gorgeous,
children?
Honey, that's gorgeous.
Young children could do this?
Absolutely.
So if you have a hyperactive child, this might be something
You
that
know,
relaxes
I think
them?
an autistic child would really help benefit from this. Look at, do you see? Look at that.
It's beautiful.
It's just a simple thing. Now, I have a girlfriend, and she said if you add white, when a painting seems to not know where it's going, you add white. Well, you do. See, look at how cool. But you cannot do, create something without shadow. So the dark line in between has to be there for it to maintain its integrity. So you can't smear it all white. You have to have highlights and darks.
Can I make my own shadow?
Yeah, you can, and here's some black. So I'll put black on there, watch, look at that.
And I'm going to mix black and blue. So you have to have shadow in all your works.
Now, as the paint dries, look, if I take and pull on it, look at this. Isn't this just cool? Look at that. It does this skipping thing. Recently at the treehouse, I did a mural in the bathroom. Is that wild? And what I did was a swan on a lake, and I showed the darkness, and then the beautiful swan coming across the dark lake. And what it was hope floats.
Oh, and hope's the name of the.
And it was, after the audacity of hope. There, now.
Oh my goodness, that's so pretty.
I think it's done.
You're done already?
I want to watch you. I'm going to talk about.
Okay.
I love.
I'm looking at the screen and I'm seeing your email address. What could somebody do with that?
Well, go ahead and email me if you're interested in any art therapy, or you're interested in, or anything related to art. If you're
or comments about the show.
I have all kinds of things that if you want to email me, please do. This is gorgeous. See, now do you see how fun it is? Do you kind of feel
It frustrates me that it doesn't look like something.
Well, it shouldn't have to look like something.
Frustrating.
Okay, this one right here. Here's one right here. I think this is kind of Christmassy. Can you see it? I don't know if it's straight. I'm not sure what happens. Sometimes you call these, this would be an abstract because it doesn't have any real definition. Maybe it's a bird.
Does this have definition?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
I feel like it's going nowhere. That looks like it has a person in the middle of it, but it's not. It's abstract.
I'm not sure. It's an abstract. Where's the person?
Oh, I see their face, right? Like there. Looks like it.
Oh, maybe there is.
And then the yellow's kind of their body.
Oh, maybe it's an angel. I don't know. Pretty. This one, I have a mentor that helps me, and she's 80-something years old, and she said this is not an abstract. And I said, well, I thought it was an abstract. And she said, no, it isn't an abstract, Lynn, because it has definition. Do you see the flowers? And inside there is also birds.
Huh.
So I said
I
thought it was an abstract. Well, it looks really nice.
She works with you, and she's 80 years old.
Yeah, and she's an artist, and she provides free art lessons for seniors. She's amazing.
Oh,
Isn't that wonderful?
Sweetheart. But you're not a senior.
Well, I kind of hang out with her.
Oh,
I kind of.
You artist types.
So, what you can do is you can pick up a brush and do this. You can go like this, see? This is something I have found that people that don't have, that can't relax, have a hard time doing this. You can relax, obviously. But
Can I relax?
Yes, you can relax.
Good.
But
Is that why I fall asleep when I sit down?
We all do.
Oh.
I think, there's a certain point in time when you do fall asleep, but do you see, honey, look, this is, you can add
Ooh, that's pretty. I gotta admit, I feel like yours is a lot better than mine.
Well, I've been doing it a few years, but
Yeah, but that 9-year-old girl hasn't been.
well, you know what? She is a flower child, and she can do anything with flowers. She has an affinity towards flowers. That's gorgeous.
Is it?
It's gorgeous. You have to be able to see what you're doing. Like, I'm not sure how to say this, but you kind of feel it. You kind of feel the balance, like the weight. There's weight there, and there's weight there. And it's really very pretty. So just experiment with the...
And then what am I going to do with this when it's done?
Okay, this is a trivet, and what I do is I put a backing on it, and I put the wrong backing on it, and everybody was saying, Lynn, they're sticking to the table, and I didn't know why. It was a rubber backing I was using, and this is thermal. I put I can't say that, can I? I put a gel on top. I put a gel on top of it, and that makes it so that you can put your coffee cup on it. It's a trivet.
Oh, okay.
And then on the back, I recommend something like felt or some material. I was using rubber. That what was happening was the hot coffee cup was putting a thermal on this, heating this up, and heating the rubber. And the rubber was sticking to the table. Is that crazy? So we have, that's really pretty.
Is it?
It's really pretty. You have to kind of get away from it and look
You
at
have
it.
a way of being very encouraging with people, with your pupils.
I guess what I want to do is, right over here is a quote by Marianne Williamson.
That first
While you, I guess I can't get up and read it, can I?
I don't think you should get up. You come on mic, I think.
Over
maybe
here.
you could ask Jim to, or
Hey,
he's busy on a,
Let's see.
or maybe somebody, I think Jerry's going for it. So there's a quote over there that
Can
you
you
like.
can you actually read it? Can you actually see it?
Can you read it?
I could read it only if I had it in front of
Oh,
me.
well, maybe if they get on the screen, you could read it. Would that work?
No, can't see it.
Oh, that is the poem you're talking about.
Yeah,
though,
that
huh?
is about.
So what's the gist of the poem?
It's about being all that you are, that you shouldn't shrink in front of people, that you should be full of power. It was a Nelson Mandela speech, but it should be attributed to Marianne Williamson. And
Because how many of us you do shrink, like, I
Shrink.
like your top, oh, this old thing, or,
yeah,
you know
you don't
what
want
I
to do that.
mean?
You want to let people. You want to shine, and that's what it's about. It's about being.
You don't think that's conceited?
Being all that you are. No, I don't. I think that.
You don't think that's
I
bragging?
think that we all need to be more than what we believe we are. We
To be proud of.
We need to be all that we are, so that we can be effective humans, and be a benefit to more than just ourselves.
Oh, to help all
That's
of humanity. If we
If-
shrink, we're
if
not going to
we-
be very
if-
helpful to anybody, really.
That's correct. That's correct. That turned out really
But
nice.
if that looks like a storm in there or something.
I like it. Very nice.
Really? Mm-hmm. I got that dark shadow.
Really
you
pretty.
talked
It's
about.
an awful lot like this one.
Hey, yeah, it's like a flower in there. I see a flower.
Look at that. Look at that. See, there.
It's beautiful. And you did put something shiny on it.
This is.
So if we don't put something shiny on it, we won't be able to use it for a trivet?
No, you should.
Okay.
You have to seal it some way.
You have to seal it some way.
Yeah.
So if
You
we go
can
to a
get-
craft
you can-
store and
you
ask
can
for
get
sealing.
gels.
Okay.
Just put some kind of
And
gel.
then we could also turn these into note cards, right? I mean,
Yeah.
this could be the. So I could take this to a color copy store.
You take
color
it.
copy it and make note cards to give to the holidays.
This
or-
is this is one of them, and it's just paper. But isn't that nice how that
And that
works?
was one of these.
That was one of
That looks like the night sky. It looks like it has.
This had glitter in it.
Oh, it's glitter. I was gonna say it looks like.
I painted over it because it got kind of dirty, but this was it originally right here. I painted over it. It's too light, I think now, but it's pretty.
It's gorgeous.
It's still pretty. Over here, I actually took a piece of this one and made it into an envelope. That's an envelope.
Well, this is. Huh?
So now I could make a card, and this was a painting that I did. Oops, I can't even do that, sorry. Anyway, it's a painting of Princess Diana.
Oh, you're kidding. Which one
It was just a piece of a painting, and I didn't like the picture, so I cut it out and just grabbed part of it.
Huh. Now, I know you're not a therapist, but you do think that art for children
It's therapy.
is therapy.
Yeah.
Is therapy. Because so many times we hear about PE and get outside and do this or do that, but sometimes if they're inside and it's rainy, instead of doing video games or bouncing off the wall, if you give a kid some art supplies and not just a color crayon and a coloring book.
Right, that's right. They can do art. Another thing I think that is therapeutic is beading. I think beading and knitting.
Oh, knitting, I've heard it's very therapeutic.
Knitting or beading or anything that is dexterous with your fingers and that you can look at and see the results.
Oh, that's kind of rewarding.
Becomes therapeutic.
Yeah.
Well, that turned out great.
Do you think?
Yeah, I would put some little dots on there.
Where would the dots go? And is that red sort of?
No,
like,
no, it's really.
And then you just keep messing with it?
You keep. It's not hard, is it? It's very.
So that's my abstract art that I'm going to use as a trivet. And I'm going to make note cards for all the crew. I'm sure they would love that.
That's nice.
But it would be a nice.
This is a brush I cut. And
okay.
So you could use. How about this color?
There's my masterpiece.
Try this.
We only have 3 minutes, my friend. That was such a relaxing show.
Now, did you enjoy it?
Very much, but I want you to put the final touches on this.
No, I don't want to. Nope, but I'll show you. You need to do it. I don't need to.
Tell me what color then.
I don't need to touch your work. But look at this. You can put leaves on there.
Leaves?
Yeah, you can do leaves with this. You can actually make.
Should I have some yellow on here?
Should you? Sure.
I should? Where?
Whatever you want on there, you have on there. Now watch. Look at this. Look at this interchange.
Okay. Can they see? Oh yeah, they can see what you're doing.
See the fluorescent color? It interacts with the tile, and I just made myself a beautiful flower. Look at that.
It's lovely. You might want to hold it up. We have 2 minutes. I hope the crew got all of your pictures, all your beautiful work.
Over there is a ballet dancer. It's done by a 14-year-old girl.
The one down here?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Madeline. Isn't that just beautiful?
That's certainly not abstract.
No, I wanted to bring that to show it off. She's 14 and she just finished it. Isn't it beautiful?
So is that just a pencil?
That is graphite pencil, yeah.
That's awesome.
Didn't she do it a great job? She's a ballet dancer. She has an affinity for dance, and that's why she...
somebody sure got a good picture of that. So a 14-year-old did that.
14-year-old girl.
I just marvel at that, how someone can take a white piece of paper and a pencil.
But look at the hands. I can't even do the hands. Isn't that just beautiful?
Beautiful.
You should have seen the pride she had in that.
She should be proud of it. Is
Isn't
that a copy or do you have the original?
Gosh.
She trusted you with the original.
That, I think, is the original.
This needs something else. I don't know what.
I think it is white.
It needs white?
You see this blue? You go.
Show me where. You just show me where.
Like this.
I'm going to thank our crew.
There you go.
For an amazing job. That was the fastest show we've ever done. Thanks to Tom Dubuque, who's in there directing. Thanks. Hi, Tom. And thanks to Jerry, Jim, and Bruce Tenney for doing a great job on camera. Thank you. Join us again sometime for the Just Kidding Around show. And thank you, Lynn.
Oh, you're so welcome. Go ahead, put some
Lynn
dots
Ruth,
on that.
The Treehouse Lady.
Synonyms, right? Thank you very much. Yeah, go ahead and put some dots on that.
Just
dots. Yeah, just find like a path and put little dots.
I'm going to mess it up.
No, it isn't. It's a very nice way to do it. See that?
Just dots anywhere?
A little path, a little pattern, like a maze, I guess you would say, a maze, where your eye can move.